on Wednesday, February 11th in El Paso, Texas, something was in the sky, but nobody can say for sure what it was. Was it a balloon? Was it a drone? Was it Mexican cartel? Or even something from not this planet? Let's dive deeper into the answers that we have so far. Welcome to The Other Side, hosted by me, ASOS. It's spooky, it's kooky, it's ooky time. So, first, mental health check. How are we feeling? I know I'm a little behind on videos, and I do apologize for that, but mental health is very, very important. Make sure that you're checking in on yourself, make sure that you are taking care of yourself, and prioritize yourself as well. Lastly, everything that I'm going to say is alleged. Listen, this just happened like a few days ago. We don't have any answers. Our president of the United States of America has no answers. Our federal aviation system has zero answers. The local government here in El Paso, Texas has no answers. So when you guys are sitting here asking for anything, we don't know. It's just all alleged. Everything's alleged. Please take everything with a grain of salt. Please do your own research. Please formulate your own opinion. So now, if you've been living under a rock, El Paso, Texas made international, national news. I mean, this is everywhere. If you open up TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, you open up the news to anything, CNN, ABC, anything at all that you get your news source from, you were probably told that Wednesday, February 11th, here in El Paso, Texas, our airport completely ground all flights. Everything was not allowed to fly in or out. You were told that if you flew within a certain radius of El Paso, Texas, you would be shot down. Like deadly force would be used on you. Okay. No medevac. So basically, the severity of the situation that they made it sound was that it's so severe that if for medical emergencies, medevacs, they are not allowed to even fly in, fly out. The implication of this, I feel like people do not understand. Like, if this was real and if this did last the 10 days, this would have been catastrophic for the city of El Paso. Even though we are on the border of El Paso, we're right next to New Mexico, even though we are West Texas. When you hear of El Paso, you don't understand how large it is. We are a large county. We are a large city. Our hospitals, our region, we don't just serve our population. Like El Paso has never, ever, ever served just El Paso. We serve Horizon, Fabens, Clint, Senelli. We host Anthony. We host Santa Teresa. We host even Canantillo. Even, some parts of New Mexico like Las Cruces, they rely on us. You know what I mean? And so to know that medevac would not even be allowed to fly in or out of El Paso, meaning that life-saving, trips out of El Paso would be a 45-minute drive to New Mexico. And even then, like 45 minutes is critical for somebody's life. So the severity of the situation was scary. Everybody woke up Wednesday morning in El Paso, Texas, like, is this the apocalypse? Like, people think that we are being dramatic, but when we saw that it was 10 days, when we saw that medevac couldn't get in and out, when we saw the police presence at the airport, and we were getting all of these alerts, we were getting messages, everything. I mean, our radars and our senses were like, oh crap, something is happening. This is scary. This is alarming. People who had flights were like, what do I do? Panic was like throughout. We actually did, some of us thought that, we would be a bubble city, like something serious was going on and we would be in lockdown. 10 days. 10 days is a long time. Like, we woke up Wednesday morning and we were like, oh my God. Like, I was driving to work shaking because I can't really say what I do for my work, but let's just say that I was driving to work shaking. I was like, we are about to walk into a storm and this is going to be bonkers, right? But as soon as that alert went out from our federal government, as soon as the alert went out from our airport, as soon as the alert came out from Veronica Escobar, from our mayor, Renardo, I always mess up mayor's name and I've met him before. Rep Canales came out with some stuff. The news was coming out with stuff. As soon as all that happened, bam, the alert went away. And it was like, there's no safety issue over El Paso. There's nothing going on. Everything is fine. And I was like, girl, you set the entire city into a panic. For what? For what? Because it was over in a second. Like, I'm not even joking with you. We woke up, we saw the alert, we were panicking, we were freaking out, we were trying to get answers. The mayor was trying to get answers. Every single person was trying to get answers as to why our airport was shut down for 10 freaking days, and why if anybody flew around El Paso or Santa Teresa would be shot down. Like, it sounded serious. And they were like, just kidding, JK LOL. And we were like, girl, not JK LOL. Like, what on this freaking planet Earth is happening? So listen, the timeline and the information from the Federal Aviation Administration is just really, really confusing. Okay, like, honest to God, like, the timeline's messy, the answers are messy, everything is messy. So according to what we have and what my research says, because I was like deep diving into this, like, I got real crazy with this. So based on what I could gather, around 11 to about midnight, the Federal Aviation System made this decision. They decided, we're cutting El Paso off. Something's going on. We're going to put out this notice, right? It took the airport, okay, 30 minutes to an hour after the Federal Aviation Administration told them, hey, no flying in or out of El Paso. Like, none. Like, we're putting out a notice. You got to ground all flights. It took them 30 minutes to an hour to alert the Southwest, Delta, all the airlines, to alert the pilots, to alert everybody. It took them 30 minutes to an hour. Okay, like, I'm going crazy about this, to alert people. Okay, so people were probably not alerted until like 1, 2 a.m. All right, and flights were gonna go out, in a couple of hours, and people were barely being told. And I really like this one video because the reaction of this pilot is everybody's reaction.
South 49, are you guys supposed to fly out?
I'm sorry, what was that?
So South 49, are you guys departing again tonight, or is this final flight in?
Nah, we're going to a hotel.
Roger. Just be advised, I guess there's a TFR going into effect. Just pass it on to the Southwest and everybody else. At 0630 for the next 10 days, we're stopped, all ground stopped.
Okay, ground stopped at 0630 for how long?
10 days.
So the airport's totally closed?
Apparently, we just got informed about 30 minutes to an hour ago.
So for 10 days, you guys are not open?
Well, I mean, we'll be here, but no air traffic.
Okay, thanks for that heads up.
People were barely being alerted in the early hours of Wednesday morning. But the mayor wasn't briefed, Veronica Escobar wasn't briefed, our reps weren't briefed, our airport wasn't briefed, the military wasn't briefed. Okay, so they're claiming that this was a military situation and the federal government just made a decision, right? However, that's not reality. That's not how life works. We have our own fort here in El Paso, Texas. We have Fort Bliss. Our military here, it's a big base. I trust the military here in El Paso. The way that they responded to Walmart when Walmart happened in El Paso, if you don't know what Walmart is, please look it up. I don't want to get into it. The way that they responded to that, I trust them. Like, full-heartedly, I trust our military here in El Paso, Texas. They weren't alerted. They didn't know what was going on. And I think that's disgusting that the federal government decided to just do what they needed to do and go above the local government and above our military base, because Fort Bliss knew nothing. So, yeah, around 2, 3 a.m., everybody was scrambling for answers. Everybody was doing their best to figure out what was going on, what's happening, why is nobody being alerted. Chris Canales, our rep for District 8, he's my rep, he was the whistleblower. He is the one that fully alerted the public, like, hey, this is what's going on. There are no answers. Like, nobody's talking to us. Nobody's wanting to say what is going on, if there's really a threat to the community, like nothing. Like, he full whistle blew the entire situation. That was the first thing that I saw early in the morning. It wasn't even from the airport. It was not from the mayor. It was not from anybody. It was literally from Rep. Canales, who is stating that this is the situation that's going on right now. And again, nobody has any answers as to what is going on. And I was like, yeah, like, this is bad. So by 7 a.m., everybody was alerted. Everybody knew what was going on. The airport was a shiz show. All the local news stations knew. The national news knew. Everybody was trying to get answers. And at first, the first things that were being reported was that it was a Mexican drone that they shot down. However, you know what? I do agree. You know what? As I have fully, thought about the situation, because I live here in El Paso, if a drone was shot down, if there was really lasers, if there was something to what they were saying was happening, El Paso would have known. Like it's a big city, but it's not a big city. Like, if something happened at the airport and they shot something down, we would have known. Like, honest to God, we would have heard it, because we feel earthquakes from New Mexico all the time, from Pecos all the time. And I will show you a map of how far away Pecos is from El Paso. And let me tell you something, when they get earthquakes, the afterwave shocks, they come to El Paso. We feel them. So if they shot something down in the sky, if there was a large boom, let me tell you something. All of El Paso would have known. It would have been all over FitFam. So if you don't know what FitFam is our gossip website. Anything, any chismosa information or chismoso information that you want to know, it's on FitFam. And yeah, there was nothing. There was nobody saying that they heard anything, that they saw anything in the sky. There are videos, but to me, the videos are very muddled, of like little dots in the sky. But to me, like, I don't really trust that. I'm like, are you sure about that? So they claimed that it was drones. They claimed that they shot something down. But again, it's very like muddled as to what was going on. And then as the day progressed, they said that it was a party balloon. And then the memes came. And the memes were freaking hilarious. Like, people saying they shot down a party balloon, and Trump's all proud that he shot down a party balloon. And I was laughing at those memes. But this is spooky kooky, and I bet you're wondering, Aisha, when are you going to get to the spooky stuff? When are you going to get to the good stuff that we come here for? I'm getting there, okay? You be patient. You just sit and be patient. So, with all this wishy-washy information and all these rumors as to what was in the sky in El Paso, Texas, on February 11th, the week of Valentine's Day, where they shut down the airport and claimed that the airport was going to be shut down for 10 days. A lot of people think it was aliens. A lot of people do say that it's aliens. And I'm one of them that strongly believes that it's aliens. I don't care what my dad says. My dad's like, it's not aliens. I'm like, baby girl, it's aliens. So there's a lot of people on TikTok. And I got into the trend too on TikTok. And I was like, it's aliens, because it just sounded too much like Roswell. Like, honest to God, it was giving Roswell 2.0, and Roswell's actually not too far away from El Paso. It's about 3 hours away from El Paso, Texas. We are in the desert. So, don't be telling us that it's Mexican drones or whatever. I mean, the airport is pretty far from the border, okay? Listen, I get the border's right there, but it's a pretty good distance. That's all I gotta say. Yeah, a lot of people are saying that it's aliens. And I believe it's aliens, because why the cover up? Why the cover up? Why no answers? Why are you saying that there's something up in the sky, but you can't say what it is? Like, to me, it's giving aliens. And there's a lot of videos circling around that show that it's aliens. I've seen aliens in El Paso, and I know you're probably thinking that I'm psychotic and I'm crazy and I'm a lunatic, but I'm okay with it because I know what I saw and I stand by what I saw. So yeah, a lot of people think that it was drones, it was a balloon, it was lasers, it was a security thing. Like, there was somebody that said that they were testing out a new system and that there was a security breach on it. And then some people said, it's aliens. So whether you believe in the aliens or whether you don't believe in the aliens, let me know what you think of what happened in El Paso, Texas. If you did think that it was aliens or if you don't think that it's aliens, at the end of the day, there is no answers. And there was never anything shot down here in El Paso. I'm going to tell you right here, right now, I live in El Paso, Texas. If something was shot down here, trust the citizens of El Paso would know. And we would be talking about it. And we would be witnesses. And we would tell all of y'all, they shot something down here. But let me tell you something. They didn't. There's no evidence. Zilch. But there is proof that there are aliens. And there is proof that there is aliens. So this was spooky cookie ookie time. I hope I got you guys thinking about whether it was aliens or whether it wasn't aliens. And I hope you guys have a good one. And I hope that I get to see you on the next one. Bye-bye. That's all I have.